Hello. I think we're live. I feel like we're live. Are we live? Let me see if we seem like to be like we're living. Are we living? I'll wait till I see somebody saying we're living. I feel like living is a better word than others. Yay. Okay, are we there? Are we there? Are we I don't know. Here we go. Are we up? Okay. All right, good. So people are hello everybody. This is terrific. Thank you, Antoinette, for telling me you see me. Hello, Karen Bennett, Craig Snyder. Uh, so it's been a while since we've done a thing like this. And first of all, I want to thank Mike Weberman for helping me to get this thing going. He's been a real asset to the team. So thank you very much, and thanks to everybody. Boy, this is great. Thanks to everybody who's here tuning in. This is lovely. Sometimes with things like this, you're like, is anyone going to show up? But yes, you've shown up, and that's beautiful. Yeah. So okay. Well, clearly there's a lot of Thursday night therapy talk. This may remind some of you of some things. That was a special time. That was an incredibly special time for me, and yeah, I do miss those days. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if something else can take its place. Maybe something like this. Who knows? But yeah, for those of you who don't know, TNT, which is how some people are abbreviating. You try to say that. Don't haze me. TNT, Thursday Night Therapy, was during the pandemic. We had this little group of us who on Thursday nights, which really was arbitrary, it wasn't Thursday nights all the time, but it was, we just did it. We had weekly hangs, and it was lovely and helped me immensely during that time. And do I have my Thayers handy? Karen asks, what do you think? What do you think? They sponsored this. They didn't sponsor this show either. Of course I have it handy. But yeah, so yeah, it was a really amazing thing, and I'm still resonating with it after all this time. I'm going to try to answer questions both from the chat and some questions that were submitted beforehand. I see one from David Blake here. Been asking Matt for over a decade to come play the UK. So just so we're clear, I've been trying to play in the UK for more than a decade, and we're just not able to get something that makes sense. But I want to play in the UK. I want to play in Ireland. My family is from Ireland originally. So I feel your frustration. Please know that your frustration is shared. My latest thing is I just want to go over there and bring an acoustic guitar and play some songs in some small club somewhere in a pub or something. I don't care. Like, I would love to do it. So don't think that it's me or us who are saying, nah, we don't want to go to the UK, or other places too. Leo Betts, I see that you're echoing that sentiment. And actually, one of the reasons we chose this time today was so that we could get West Coast people in the U.S., Middle Coast people in the U.S., East Coast people in the U.S., and Canada and Mexico and all that. And then we could also get our friends over in the UK at a reasonable hour. So we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Everything You Want today. And I've been thinking a lot about the record. I listened to it this morning. I'm so happy that I love it as much as I do, because I know people who have had some songs that did well that they resent for some reason. Maybe they were feeling pushed in a certain way, and we'll get to some of that in some of the questions. Or forced to do something stylistically that they didn't believe in. And I'm so grateful that that I still think the record, that I still know the record resonates with me, and that I think the record still stands up, or holds up, whatever. It's going to hold you up. That record's going to hold you up, man. I love seeing all these names. Mika Binder, hello. Karen Bennett, Craig Snyder. Oh, this is great. So we got a lot of friends here. I love that. I figured I'd play a song to sort of get us going, and then I'd love to go to some pre-submitted questions that we did. Jennifer Bifocal, I see you. I'll play a song, and then we'll talk some more, and then there you go. All right, you feel good about that? Chat, everybody. We are. We are. We are. We are. Take a listen through the window. Take a lover on the radio. Ask her if she's got an answer. Do you know? Time enough to get a good one, though they never seem to get done. I'm standing for a reason. Do you know? 'Cause I don't know how, I don't know where. We are, we are. I don't know why, I don't know if. We are, we are. 7 days and not a return. 7 lives and not a thing learned. Take a lover on the highway. Do you know? 'Cause I'm sleeping on a time bomb. I'm waiting for the light to come. You and I could get away now. Do you know? How, I don't know where. We are, we are. I don't know why, I don't know if. We are, we are. I get up sometimes like somebody else. Am I just wasting time for somebody else? Take a listen through the window. Another lover on the radio. Ask her if she's got an answer. Do you know? 'Cause I don't know how, I don't know where. We are, we are. I don't know why, I don't know if. We are, and I don't know how, I don't know where. Yeah, yeah. All right. Oh, Kara, thank you very much. Kara, thank you. Thank you guys for all the super chat stuff. That helps put gas in the tank. I sincerely appreciate that. Oh, and thanks everybody. Yeah, thank you very much. It's it's fun to be just back into this. Like it's like riding a bike. I remember when we first started doing the online shows, it was strange because we're used to the sort of measure of a performance being kind of applause, um, and I had to kind of reorientate myself to the the love that scrolls up and down this or up the screen. So, anyways, thank you very much. What am I drinking? I'm drinking that herbal medicinals. Oh, Mika Binder, I'd love to come to Germany. Ich liebe dich, Germany. Ich liebe dich. Um, we would love to come. We actually played in Germany years and years and years ago, and it was on We Are. There was a guy who was in the front row singing all night long, every single word, and I don't remember what city we were in, but by the last, as we started to get into We Are, this guy had known every word to every song. I just pulled him up, and he sang We Are, and it was incredible. It was so great. He was just jazzed, and it was so cool. Was it Cologne? Michelle, do you know that? Uh, I love that you know this. How do you? That's so great that you guys know this. Um, so yeah, that was surreal because, and let's talk about this a little bit for a minute in regards to the way this record changed our lives. We had been touring around the United States. We started obviously in Washington, D.C., and we started kind of expanding outwards from there. We had friends in Texas who would let us open up for them down there, a band called Jacko Pierce, and other bands around the area, Derryberry and Alasia. And those guys were kind of more in the DC area, but still they would allow us to play with them. It helped us kind of start to grow. But when Everything You Want happened, it became this much bigger, um, you know, scope. Right? We were going to places like Germany, and that's incredible. Um, yeah, so that it kind of blew our minds on a lot of levels. And that evening in Cologne, um, or Köln, they say it differently than we say it wrong, and we're sorry. Um, but that was the perfect example of how much the scope of things had changed. That we could go to another country and someone would know the words to every single song. Um, I want to real briefly, because any celebration of the record would be sort of I'd be remiss not to thank people that were involved in the making of the record. So we want to hold on. There's a thing here. What's this? What's this? Oh yeah. Mr. Weberman's reminding me. Thank you, Mike. We're going out on the road this summer with Gin Blossoms and Toad the Wet Sprocket. That's happening in August. All over the sort of center and east coast of the country of the United States. Sorry, Germany and Argentina and Brazil and the UK. Sorry. But get your tickets to those shows because I think they're going to be really special. We're also going to be doing a lot more headlining shows this year. We haven't been able to announce all of them yet, but hang in there and stay tuned, and we will be doing more shows. Also, let me mention a couple times today that we RCA Sony are kindly doing a 25th anniversary repressing of Everything You Want on vinyl, and it's translucent orange vinyl. It's really cool. And we're excited about that and grateful to them for doing it. And if you go to verticalhorizon.com/store, you can pre-order your copy now. They're available both in autographed versions and non-autographed versions. And I think they'll be available at some point around the beginning of August, where Sony hasn't given us the final date yet, but just so you know. And thank you to all of those who have ordered it. We got some response yesterday that was kind of overwhelming, to be honest with you. So thank you for that. Jeff Wheels says, I'm holding out for the cassette. You know, I have a cassette somewhere of that, and I have a cassette of the Japanese version of Everything You Want, which had a different cover. I saw someone talking about that in the chat earlier. It was an ice cream cone spilled on the floor on this like checkered tiled floor with these little baby feet. It was fantastic. It was a great thing. Anyways, so Ben Gross produced this record. Mark Endert also did a lot of production work on this record. David Bendith, our A&R guy at RCA, was the one who sort of shepherded us through the process. Bob Jameson, Jack Rovner, they were Bob was the head of the label, and really saw something in us that he felt was special, and Jack the same, and they really kind of helped us to really have the success that we did. Tom Lord Alge mixed We Are. He also did a mix of Everything You Want. We recorded the record at Bearsville Studios in Bearsville, New York, which is up by Woodstock, and it was this amazing live away studio, and they had like a chef and nice beds, and like you didn't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and drive 7 hours to go do something, and then drive 7 more hours to get somewhere else, and then do another thing. It's like we were there for like 3 weeks, and it was this amazing experience to really just focus on it, to have no distractions at all. So we recorded the basic tracks, the drums, and a lot of the bass there. And then we recorded most of the guitars and the vocals at Water Music in Hoboken, New Jersey, and also at the Mix Room, which is Ben's place in Burbank, California. Mark Endert did some additional recording at Sony Studios in Santa Monica, and Water Music as well, and Electric Lady Studios in New York, that was crazy. As a Hendrix fan, to be there, working there on the purple SSL board, that was just bonkers. So I want to also make sure that we thank Michael Tuller, who just was an incredible programmer and editor. Mark Endert, of course. Mark Dufour. Ben Gross also did a heck of a lot of the editing and stuff. Keyboards on the record were Louis Resto, Jamie Mahobrook, and Mark Endert. Drum techs were Mark Dufour and Chris Sobchak. Ted Jensen at Sterling Sound mastered this record, and it started our long lasting relationship. Ted is I think of him as our guardian angel. So thanks to Ted. He was assisted by Paul Angeli. The art direction was John Hyden for Smog in L.A. The cover photograph, which we'll talk about a little bit more, was Bunny Yeager. The band photographs were Danny Clinch, and I think that's kind of about it. But I wanted to make sure we got that. Of course, the band, Keith Kane, guitars and vocals, Sean Hurley, bass guitar, and Ed Toth, drums. And really just what brand of drums for this album? Jonathan Richard was asking. Ed was playing and continues to play to this day DW drums. And I remember he had a brass, some obnoxiously, stupidly heavy snare drum that he loved so much. And I remember when we were trying to help move stuff and stuff, he'd be like, yeah, hey, can you grab that snare drum, Matt? I'd be like, yeah, sure, no problem. And it was like, when you pick up the half gallon of milk and it's half empty, and you you shove it into the ceiling of the refrigerator. This was the opposite. Like I was expecting, yeah, like the snare drum's not that heavy. And I reached down to pick it up with like one finger, you know, because I'm kind of a one finger snare drum guy. I one fingered it and it broke my finger. And it stayed on the ground like something out of like Thor's hammer. It was Thor's hammer. And it was just the most obnoxious thing. Jonathan Richards saying bell brass. No, it was made out of Thor's hammer, actually. Someone saying, Rika Ann saying, I'm trying to learn Shackled by reading the sheet music and it's really hard. Yes, but. So everything's down a half step. So instead of E, it's E flat. And you do all that. So each string is down a half step. And then Keith detuned his D string down to a C sharp. So that will help you if you're getting frustrated by it. Hopefully that will help you. All right, I want to get going through some questions here. So Michelle Coe asked, how did you select which songs would be singles for the album? Your choice if you had input, label's choice. That was a really interesting experience because I didn't know what any of these songs, if any of these songs could be singles. I was too close to it. So they came to us with a really great plan and they stuck to it. And that they knew from the beginning that it was going to be We Are as the first single to rock radio. Then they'd go with Everything You Want, and then they'd go with You're a God, and finally with Best I Ever Had. So we kind of stayed out of it. We were fortunate, like I said earlier, to have a team of people at RCA at the time who were complete believers in what we were doing, and they really were giving us all the chances and all the shots to have a successful experience. My favorite person named after a Fleetwood Mac song is Rhiannon Ray. Question was asked by Rhiannon Ray, so there's that. Background behind writing Send It Up. The intro is invigorating and the chord progression is so warm. Nathan Breck. That's a cool name, Nathan Breck. That song was interesting. Thank you for the super chat, John Trumpy. Thank you very much for that super chat. You're a super chatter. Oh, that's from Mary Kay? Okay, it's from Mary Kay. Thank you, Mary Kay. Why am I pointing? By the way, the chat is here. So when I'm looking here, I'm looking at the chat. When I'm looking there, I'm looking at the camera. So technically, if I'm looking here, I'm ignoring what you're saying, which is rude. And then if I'm looking here, I'm totally focusing in on you. So there's that. Send It Up. That song was that song's more of a feeling for me. It went through a lot of permutations where the chorus actually changed. I tried a lot of things to make that song really kind of come together at the end of the day. And I remember someone in some of these questions somewhere said, send it up. What is it? I think that might have been Lance. By the way, Lance Egan is the stunningly talented and wonderful graphic designer who is helping us with all the things that you see. So if you see a thing and you go, oh, wow, that looks cool, and it has Vertical Horizon's name on it, that's because Lance Egan did it. Oh, Karen Bennett. Thank you. Thank you, Karen Bennett. Miss seeing you so much. We'll be seeing you in Vermont at the fair in August. I love it. I love it. Great. Thank you, Karen Bennett. My family mate member from a Bennett to a Bennett. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat very, very much. So yeah, Lance Egan is our kind of true north when it comes to graphic design, and I want to always be shouting him out and giving him love because he is tip top, both tip and top. Yeah, so Send It Up was a more of a feeling, and I was trying to. So many of my songs were you know that? You know that. It's not so bad. You're only the best I ever had. You know? And so I was trying to write some songs that were less like that. And why don't we play it? I just burped. I hate it when I burp on these things. So I just bonked my headstock. This is a headstock, just so we're clear. This right here is a headstock. And when you bonk your headstock, you have to be concerned that maybe you bonked the tuning pegs. This is a Taylor guitar, and thank you to Taylor Guitars, by the way. But these are the tuning pegs. They're not turned that way just because it looks cool. They're turned that way because they make the guitar so it's in tune. So when you bonk your headstock, and stop thinking what you're thinking. When you bonk your headstock. Oh, Mishi, thank you. I love making you happy. You make me very happy. It's so nice to know you, and it's so nice to see you here. And thank you for the support, very, very much. Yeah, this song was just about feeling good, feeling good. Cara Clark says, "Guitar Geek Talk lives." Yes, that was it. We got some. I'm so happy. All right, here we go. Oh no, I can't read the chat when I play. Who said it? Who said it? Who said it? Jill said that sounds dirty. It does. Dan Dixon. Oh, that's a good question. What venue was your favorite place to perform at? We loved you on the 99 Cruise this year. Thank you very much, Dan. And thanks for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Favorite venue to perform at? We played at Araneta Coliseum in Manila. That was pretty bonkers. That's where the Thrilla in Manila happened. So that was kind of crazy. That was amazing. So right off the top of we played at Shepherd's Bush Empire. That was also ridiculous. Loved it. Back to the song. That was the dance remix. A lot of talking in the dance remix. Ooh, you make me lay down. Ooh, you make me forget I am here. Ooh, you're making me safe now. Ooh, you make faces disappear. And I'm alright, by the way. Everyone saves the day. Sometimes I feel it. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Send it up to me. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Ooh, feel so close now. Ooh, you're taking me back from where I've been. Ooh, I'm not alone now. Ooh, you rest me up and rush me in. And I'm alright, by the way. Everyone saves the day. Sometimes I feel it. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Send it up to me. Send it up. I send it up now. Just Zaza, I read your comment. Matt, I know you're not reading this comment, but I really appreciate you. I am reading your comment, and I really appreciate you. So thank you very much. Appreciate it. You appreciating me. I appreciate you for that. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. day. Sometimes I feel it. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Whatever the hell it is. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Send it up to me. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. And then now. Send it up. I send it up now. Send it up. Yes. There you go. There you go. What I meant to myself, send it up, really meant like just let it go. Just send it up out into the ether. All this stress that you're feeling, all of this, I don't think I've ever really talked about this, but all this stress that you're feeling, all the pressure you're feeling, all the fear that you're feeling, just send it up. Just send it out. Just let it go. And send it up became a feeling that I would, or a mantra that I would say to myself. So that's actually what it means. All right. I want to get to a couple other questions. What happened to the songs you wrote that didn't make the record? Are there any that still ring true to you and wish you could have put them on the album? Karen Mado. Karen, hello, my friend. No, the short answer is no. I don't wish that we had put those other songs. Andrea Manley, thank you very much for the super chat. Oh my gosh. Will we get an update or actual release of Can't Be All Wrong? Okay, this is great. This connects to Karen's question. So there were songs. I can't say that I would never go back to those old songs. There are a lot of them. I don't know that I would. I'm not going to pressure myself to do that because I sort of feel like as a songwriter, I want to just keep moving forward. And if my sort of feeling is that if songs kind of were able to be left behind, then that was okay. You know, I'm not sure that I'll always feel that way. I might not always feel that way. And if I don't feel that way, then that'll be beautiful because there's this sort of rich, whatever. What a rich, you guys answer that. You find the word. You guys are the words people. I just play guitar. You know, I'm going to go with trough. Because it's not the right word. There's this rich trough that I can just stick my hand into and pull out some. Oh, Kara. Have you perfected the song transition using the Who, My Generation yet? Still waiting to hear it. I will be in Pittsburgh, Cleveland. And Huber Heights. So you will have several opportunities to try it out. Look forward to seeing all of you then. We'll bring Turtles. Oh my gosh. The Turtles from Kara, can you just put in the chat where the Turtles come from? And Mike Weberman, if you don't get, if I don't see it, Kara, sorry, Kara. Forgive me, Kara. Please forgive me. Where do the Turtles come from? Please. Yes, the Who thing. This is what happens with these things. Treasure Trove. Spinato, that would have been a good one. Treasure Trove. But so these songs, if they are able to, okay, Schneider's Chocolates in Bellevue, Kentucky. So Kara knows someone, maybe it's part of her family or some. Schneider's Chocolates in Bellevue, Kentucky. Don't leave this chat right now. Don't do it right now. But as soon as this is over, go to schneiderschocolates.com in Bellevue, Kentucky. Maybe it's .gov. It could be .gov or .co.uk. Schneider's Chocolates. SCHNEIDERS chocolates. Forget it. Get over yourself. If you haven't had them yet, you're missing out on so much. Kara, I'm sorry I mispronounced your name. That makes me feel bad. I'm going to try to shake it. Mika Binder asked, what is my favorite amp behind me? Is it this way? Yeah. This amp right here, this amplifier right here is a 1968 Marshall small box 50 watt plexi amp. And it's the greatest amp. It's one of the greatest amps ever of all time. Out of the ones that are here, that's pick that up when the house is burning down. Don't burn my house down. That would be a total dick move. But there you go. 1968. There was another question about guitars. I want to make sure I get to this. What were some of my favorite guitars on the record? Let me try to find that. Maybe Mike Weberman could throw that in there. Oh, what guitar is used most on the record? Johnny De La Pina. So there are two guitars that were used most on the record, electric guitars. One of them is this guitar right here, which is a completely cool, crazy, badass Tyler. It's called a classic. There's Tyler. You can see Tyler's name, Jim Tyler, an incredibly talented guitar builder in Los Angeles. The guitar itself had a neck. When we were doing Everything You Want, it had a different neck on it, which had a rosewood fingerboard, which is the dark color, basically. This now is maple. And it used to have a humbucker in the bridge, and now it has a Telecaster pickup in the bridge. And it is a crushingly great instrument. Oftentimes when we were recording, that guitar would be on the left side, and this next guitar would be on the right. And this guitar is a Paul Reed Smith McCarty model. Paul Reed Smith, we can see there. Fantastic. Paul's name up there on the headstock. That's his signature up there. And this is a factory second, and I was able to purchase this guitar, and it sounded incredible, and it sort of is what started me off on the journey to be someone who plays a PRS, Paul Reed Smith guitar, more often than not, in the live settings, certainly. And it's just an incredible instrument, this guitar. So those were the two, and wanted to make sure we got that guitar nerd thing out. Okay. Oh boy, questions. I got to get back to questions here. I don't want this to turn into like a long, like ridiculous. Or where were we? Right. Were there any other contenders for an album title before we settled on Everything You Want? I don't think so. I think it was very clear that Everything You Want was the name. But we did realize that it all hinged upon the image that we used, the cover image, which is why, going back to Bunny Yeager, we fell so deeply in love with that photograph from Bunny Yeager. Bunny used to take pictures of pictures for Playboy magazine back in the day, like just these kind of cool, sexy, fun pictures. And but this picture was so joyous of the woman doing a cartwheel on the beach. We just, as soon as we saw it, we thought, well, that's it. So, Dan Dixon, my goodness gracious. Thank you, Dan, for that super chat. Wow. That's very, very, very kind. What is your favorite song on Everything You Want album, and why? That's from my girlfriend, Megan, who fangirled over you. That's funny. My favorite song probably is Give You Back. Having said that, and so Give You Back is a very mellow, sort of quiet, intimate song. And I was always fearful that that was going to be, the powers that be were going to try to take it off the record, because it wasn't a single, it wasn't this, it wasn't that, it wasn't anyways. And so for me, it was this supremely pure little song that I was just thrilled. Every time we would talk about the running order and that I kept waiting for someone to say, yeah, we're going to have to take that song off. And it's like the little engine that could. I'm just so glad it's still on that record. It means the world to me. Someone was asking, what guitars am I using live now? I actually have the black guitar, which I can't. The black guitar that you'll see me playing now is a completely custom instrument that they made for me, which is mind-blowingly great. And that does have a piezo bridge in it. The piezo bridge, this is getting really deep into the bass, the other bass, what do you say, baseball, the thing with baseball. Piezo gives us the acoustic sound that you hear. So piezo bridge pickup gives us acoustic sound. The magnetic pickups give us the electric sound. So the black guitar is a custom guitar. The white guitar that I've been using over the past month or two, which you'll see a lot of over time, is a Hollow Body 2, which I just love. It's just fantastic. Mika Binder says it's 2 guitars in 1. That's right. Is it outside baseball? It's not outside baseball. What is it? Inside. Nailed it. I'm so sporty. I love how sporty I am. Okay. What was the first and hardest song you wrote for the album? At I Love Richard Marx. I love Richard Marx. You can't have that name because I am at I Love Richard Marx. I love Richard Marx. You can't. I already do. The first song I wrote, We Are. So we were kind of struggling with the voice that we were using as a band. What were we going to be doing? Because we had done sort of more acoustic sounding things, and then we were trying to. I specifically was trying to bring more rock into our world. And when I wrote We Are, that's when I felt like, oh, there you go. There's something there. And it kind of, it started to click. So even though it was difficult, it also helped get the ball rolling. Michael Weberman renaming this live stream to Inside Baseball, me featuring Matt Scannell, Certified Sporty. I am such a certified sporty. If you have any sports questions, just come to me. I'm your man for all of them. You Say has a heavier instrumentation from start to finish, different than the rest of the album. Was that by design? Jim Carroll, that's a great question. That song actually kind of transitioned a lot, but when we originally tracked it, it was even heavier and harder. And I felt like, and David Bendeth, as we talked it through, it seemed like maybe we had overshot the mark a little bit. And so when we were working with Mark Endert towards the end, we were like, hey, can we try something else to, maybe have another shot at this to see what we could do. And Mark Endert thought, well, let's change the drum performance completely. So Ed is playing that track now largely without snares on the snare drum in the verses. So if you hear the snare drum in the verse, it sounds kind of almost more hollow. And I'm actually if I remember correctly, I'm actually in the room with Ed while he's hitting the snare drum. And as it's time to go to the chorus, I'm flipping the snares back on the snares. On the snare drum. So that's what makes it more traditional sounding in the choruses. And also the keyboards on that song I think are just beautiful. I think it was Luis and Jamie and probably Mark as well. The piano part, I love the static piano on the 2 and the 4. Anyways, that song, I do love that song. What's next? Watch on your radar. By the way, bought a Doxa after the Summer '99 cruise at Retail Nashville. Dude, that's hilarious. I love that you did that. I'm on a bit of a watch fast right now. This is so nerdy that I just said that. I'm trying to not. I'm trying to just take a step back. So I don't have anything on my anything in mind. Inspiration for finding me. Red Beer Realtor and Cafe Kamsa Piranaha. That song, so you know that feeling of when you walk into a room you're talking to someone and they're conscious of who is walking into the room behind you. You know that feeling where you're kind of you're really kind of engaged with this person and they're just kind of like looking over your shoulder every couple seconds to see like what better person has just walked in the room. Like that just makes me crazy. It makes me crazy. And it's an instant tell of like, oh, this isn't a person for me. But finding me was some of that soup of those personality traits. I was trying to figure that stuff out. All right. Let's keep going. What phase pedal did you use for the intro to Everything You Want? Mark Healy, great question. That is the... wait, hold on. That is the MXR Phase 90 pedal. Just the greatest. I just adore this pedal. When I was a kid, we would go down to Union Music in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I would rent an electric guitar for Saturday. I would rent an electric guitar. My best friend James's big brother Tom would let me plug into his amplifier, and I would rent 2 guitar pedals. I would rent like a Boss overdrive pedal or a DoD overdrive pedal, and I would rent an MXR Phase 90 pedal. And we would play in his basement, and he played drums and I played guitar. And so the MXR Phase 90 has been in my world since day one, essentially. And this pedal, which will go up here next to some other pedals that I've been loving lately. Analog Man, King of Tone version 2, holy cow. The MXR Joshua Echo, incredible. And then the Lurks By-Tour, come on. Alex Lifeson's signature overdrive pedal. Forget it. I've been loving those things. All right. Oh no, we're going long. Thoughts on Gary Allan's cover of Gray Sky Morning? I was, honored. It was a privilege that song meant something to him and resonated with him at such an incredibly difficult time in his life. I couldn't believe it. It was beautiful and horrifying, and I was incredibly grateful and so sorry at the same time. Great question, Xander Davis. New album details. There aren't any new album details right now, but there will be new music coming out. I just don't know when. I can't say for sure, and whenever I say for sure, then I drive people crazy. Where are we? This is great. I was at the show at York College when you learned that Everything You Want went #1. Such a great show, and getting to chat with you that night. Nicholas Stepanowski, That is amazing that you were there that night. That was mind-blowing. We never would have ever thought in a million years that that would happen for us, to us. Just stunning. Just a completely stunning experience all the way around. Okay, so I want to... what do you remember from the infamous Woodstock 99? John Gibfried? We got there at like 10 o'clock in the morning. We played at around noon, and we were back on a plane by 2 o'clock to go somewhere else. We had another gig that day. So we were there on the Thursday, and we had basically no experience there, essentially. So it was before things got weird there. Okay. Let's do another song. This is another one of my favorite songs on this record. Here in the light, it burns you up inside. Here in the shell of a sun, we echo on. Too much listening, not enough living. And you say, what did I say? What did you say? We just go away, go away, go away. It helps you out, knowing I'm left out, locked in a box with a light that won't shine. Turn it on and wait for someone to come. And you say, what did I say? What did you say? We just go away, go away, go away. I'm here now, waiting, holding on to reasons wasted. I faced it, watching you deny me. Here in the light, it burns you out sometimes. Here in the shell of the sun, we echo on. Left alone forever, all alone together. And you say, what did I say? What did you say? We just go away, go away, go away. You say, what did I say? What did you say? We All right. Yeah. Oh, thanks everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the support you've shown. Thank you to everybody who did the super chat today. It does make a huge difference. Dan Dixon, Kara Clark. Kara, thank you very much. Dan, again, thank you very much. That's extremely kind and generous. John Evans, thank you, John. Thank you so much. And more. I think there are more too. I think there are others. I'm not too proficient at this. Lorna, thank you very much for that. Yeah, this record, it's amazing. To say that it changed our lives is just the biggest sort of, it's a complete misstatement. It's like it changed everything about everything in our lives. Like it's frankly, it's the reason we and I are able to do this still after all this time. Mika Binder, do you still have those cool divided by 13 amps? 13 amps you used? Yeah, that gold one right there is a divided by 13 RSA 23. It's a great, incredible amp, absolutely stunning amplifier. I love it. And over there, while we're talking amps, the Cage Corsa from Peak Cage in Maryland. That is another lifelong amp of mine that I absolutely adore. It's sort of based on the Vox AC15 kind of AC30, AC-ish architecture. So, yes, it changed. I'll just speak personally. It changed my life. Patrick Gannon, thank you. That's extremely kind. Thank you. And head on. Who are you? Head on with. Oh no, head on with someone with MIC that I can't see because I'm that guy. But it changed everything for me. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful to this record. I love this record, and I love the performances on this record. Keith's voice, his incredible harmonies, the beautiful, his vocal performance in Shackled, his harmony vocals throughout the record are just so iconic to me and perfect. They sound amazing. Sean's bass playing is stunning. I'm going to tell one more. We went long. I'm going to tell one more funny story. And Ed's performance, like Ed also, like, you know, he's such an incredible drummer, but to also have that kind of an attitude where later on in the process we were wanting to try something else with You Say. He was like, yeah, let's do it. Let's try it. Let's see what we can do. A lot of guys will be like, no, I've already done that. I'm done. But along those lines, mentioning Finding Me earlier, Finding Me originally, I heard it, and I'll take responsibility. I heard it more of as like a super simple bass line played with a pick, very almost like more like Adam Clayton kind of thing. And it became clear as we went on and we were mixing it. We were actually mixing it at Electric Lady on the purple SSL. And Sean was back at Water Music where he was living at the time with a complete cold flu situation. He was sick as a dog. And we called him up and we were like, Sean, the bass line's not right for Finding Me. Sorry, you knew it. You were right. But can you come in? And not only did he like come into town, but we were like, yeah, and can you take the subway? Because we don't really have money for a car for you. So this poor guy gets on the subway with his bass and he's just dragging. He gets to the studio, sits down. We're like, I don't know, dude, you got to do something. Can you do something else for this song? He's like, for Finding Me? I'm like, yeah, Finding Me. Like, my idea was terrible. I'm sorry. It doesn't work. Just, can you do something? And he's like, okay, yeah. Okay, just give me a sec. Okay, yeah. Just push record. Let's go. And what you hear is Sean just playing the song in this different way for the first time. We might have punched 1 or 2 notes in somewhere, but the performance is, hey, how you doing? Thanks for taking the train. Here, no, I'm not going to carry your bass. You carry your bass. That's your job. Go over there, sit down. Do you need some tea? What? You don't need tea, right? You're good. Sit down, and can you play Finding Me? And he's like, okay, yeah. And that bass line is what he came up with. So listen to Finding Me today at some point, and imagine being that talented to just be like, yeah, I got this. I love that part. That's my favorite part. Right before, and you're coming back. So, okay, that's it. This was longer than, I'm sorry. I'm not going to say I'm sorry, but I want it to be like neat and tidy, 45 minutes. But you guys are fantastic. Thank you for watching this with us. So you can pre-order the 25th anniversary Everything You Want vinyl over at verticalhorizon.com/store. There's both autographed versions and non-autographed versions available there. It is going to be a limited edition. So if you're interested in doing it, probably should get there and do it. It's not to say they won't do another run on this record at some point, but we have nothing to do with it. It's entirely up to Sony RCA if they're going to do it or not. So we're encouraging people who are interested in doing it to take advantage of it and get it now. And come see us play. There's also a tour section on our website, so you can go and see where we're going to be playing. We'll be out with Gin Blossoms and Toad the Wet Sprocket this summer, and like I said, other dates will be coming up, other headlining dates. This did feel very Thursday Night Therapy, so thank you for making it feel like a Thursday Night Therapy, everybody. Thanks, Mike Weberman, and thanks to everybody who performed and worked on the Everything You Want record. Thanks to Keith Kane, thanks to Sean Hurley, thanks to Ed Toth for being such incredibly talented guys. And thanks to you for taking this record into your hearts and giving us something to celebrate 25 years later. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you again. See ya.